Hey, good morning, guys. Um, how's everybody doing? Hopefully, everybody's doing okay. Uh, People staying safe and whatnot. Just having some nasty storms out lately and stuff, and praying for those people in Haiti. That was a pretty nasty earthquake. But the show goes on in the finance world, and it's been kind of a rocky one. Just kind of went to the offsides yesterday. I didn't play anything. I was on the sidelines. Just wasn't anything hot that I really liked, and there's a little bit of sideways action going on. Bitcoin was pretty slow yesterday. Was hitting some critical levels, which we'll discuss today in the looking at these. And without further ado, let's check out SPY. So SPY, it's been cranking, hitting up to those highs. We're still pushing for the 44.50, which then I think we're going to see a significant pullback. I mean, pretty significant. So definitely pay attention to the when we get closer to that 450 range. Right now, today, I'm looking at. Matter of fact, I had a pretty good level here. Yep. So matter of fact, today we're looking on the Nessie at 442.46. Is that still stronghold for support? If we break that, then if we break that, we see 440, and if we break that, then we see 433. I just don't think that's going to happen yet. I think we're going to keep climbing. So we got our hold support 440 where they kept this thing from dropping anymore, and we have resistance at 446. So we'd have to get past to 446. We got 445, 448 that we could possibly see maybe today or tomorrow. It just depends on how healthy the market's looking and whatnot. So VIX is still pretty kind of low in the lower bands. Got to pay attention to that too. Just as if VIX wanted to climb, it has enough room to climb up. But again, 2930 is kind of where I'm looking at. It's kind of the right level, 2930 there. We did see a drop at 2855. So if we can stay, you know, above or away from that 2930, then we'll probably start seeing a bullish market for today. But however, if it keeps wanting to move up, just pay attention, guys. Don't get trapped into some of these calls for bullish right now. It could be a trap, so just be careful there. Tesla took a really nasty drop. I mean, the whole market took a nasty drop on Monday, but Tesla, I think, was pretty effective, pretty high. I think also, uh, I would say even Amazon had a pretty rough day too. So Tesla, obviously, it had some nasty drops. We're looking at a test support because this hasn't been rendering that long at 652.33. So I also see levels at 340 or 640. So I'm going to say if we can hold above 672, then maybe Tesla's going to start cranking back up again. Strong resistance at 684, also something to look at. So my min for Tesla today is 641. Max is 732. AMC actually caught our strategy tester that I've been working on. Been working on a strategy tester, and I don't know if that's going to pop on or not. There we go. So just something working on in the pipeline. Maybe even possibly an automated system for Nessie, which I think would be pretty fun. So we'll just see how it works and see if it stays accurate and whatnot. Right now we're gonna have a 50% probability on some of these time frames, but I did get the alert yesterday. It was a kind of an odd alert because it alerted pretty late in the call, but it's been climbing. So let's see what happens. So AMC 37.56 I would see as our resistance right now. If we break above that, I can see us going up to $40, possibly today if it wants to play that way. If not, we have a ladder supports that will help us in this play here. We have a ladder at 34, or I'll say stairs. Stairs makes more sense. So 34.29. Let's see, yeah, 35, 66, 37, about right there. So every $2 or so, you could play that if it starts wanting to drop on you. And really, main is probably about 35. Under 35, it's probably gonna drop back down. Minimum for AMC is 29.46. Max I see today is $40.50. So let's touch base real quick on Lowe's. Lowe's had a drop today on their, let's see, on their earnings. I don't know if earnings has shot up yet, but it did have a nasty little drop. This is pretty critical. Usually yesterday, and I love all the questions that I get and stuff. It helps me develop the algos better and whatnot. The user was saying, hey, this thing's not, it wasn't leveling off. I think it was Bitcoin, which we'll show in a minute, but it wasn't leveling off. That doesn't seem right. Nessie will render a line, right? And if it's a real resistance, it will keep just rendering a straight line. If it's not, it will try to follow the price. So that's kind of what Bitcoin was doing. We'll show that chart in just a second. But looking at lows right now, 182.51 is our resistance. You can see we're really low in the bands too. But you also see that if we decide that we want to, let's put this bigger band up here. If we want to drop lower, we can. Really important here. We could see lows all the way down to 174. Lows on lows, man. How about that for some sense of humor for this morning? Lows on lows. And we could see 134 in a lower, if we can't stay above this 180. See, we've broken the channel now, right? We've broken this channel through here. So now buyers are going to have to really surge in heavy to get this above this 188. If we break 188, we could see 177, and then it looks like a pretty nasty drop from there. So something I'm definitely looking at. 170, 166, another little spot for another bounce, 166, 168. So definitely pay attention to that level, as that could be a good spot to buy. Also have Home Depot with the earnings as well. Pretty much the same thing. That maybe a little dump here. Same thing as they dropped as well. 300 is their support, I believe. We're just playing with the bands right now. We'll take a look at Nessie in just a second. That's a stronghold at 317.38 for the support. Stronghold basically meaning that these guys are trying to maybe either accumulated or a distributed dump. So we're just kind of seeing what they want to do with this play. 305 is the support. If we go back and just take a look at, let's see, 318 right now is the support. So 318 is that main support that we're looking at. We already see resistance already dropped at 336, which if we look on the tight bands right here, so maybe we'll see Home Depot drop to 300 before it wants to actually go. So this could be distribution for another drop. So I'd say 304, 306 if we break 318. And then let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin did have a little bit of a pullback. I mean, that's kind of normal. It's going to happen, but you can see it didn't break that lower, the lower over here, so anytime it would break the lower low, then we could see, a reversal happening or a confirmation on a bear trend, if you will. So we didn't see that quite yet. We have a little bit of support at that 45.22. Now let me see if I can find that one chart that was showing off funky, and one of my members was a little confused on what to do. So it is a little funky. You can see where the volatility spiked in, and there was a lot of buyers and sellers in this area, meaning that the line did not see as a level of actually dropping yet. And then once it did render another, the wedge that we built through in the Nessie was also creating this little wedge support system. So this would have been a little harder of a play on Nessie just because it didn't stop rendering. But patience is a virtue. Anytime you get into the lower green bands, I say it a million times, it's a higher probability for the price to go up. So with that being said, let's see what we got here. We got 46 right now as maybe a better support if we can hold above that. We're still tracking for that 50K. We haven't got there yet. 49K is what I'm kind of seeing right now. If we can stay in this bullish momentum, this is definitely a little spot right here that's been accumulating, right? And if we do break that, then we could see all the way back down to 40K, which, if it happens, it happens, right, guys? We just move with the market. If it's a real crash, we'll definitely know. So 40K, it breaks that, then you can get a little concerned. But, if this thing wants to start pulling back, let's just say for today, 49K looks like maybe the max by the end of the week. The min is about 40K. That's kind of what I'm looking at today with Bitcoin. All right, if you guys have any questions, hit us up in their Discord. The link's provided below. And I'll see you guys on Friday.